All right, Nick, let's talk about the defending Super Bowl back-to-back champions, Kansas City Chiefs, legally obligated to mention that, but also very good drafting Chiefs as well. I think they did a tremendous job in this draft. Let's not focus on the first couple rounds. Let's focus on a little bit deeper into the draft, maybe some of those day 3 picks as well. I think the Chiefs have got some really great steals. Let's get into the one guy in particular we think looked very interesting. This article is from kansascity.com. It says, with their first pick in the 4th round, the Chiefs went tight end. TCU's Jared Wiley had a team best 47 receptions for the Horned Frogs last season, and his 8 touchdowns matched the most among tight ends in college football. Now he'll be joining a squad that's won consecutive Super Bowls and led by a passing attack that features the NFL's top tight end, Travis Kelce. I think this guy is a very interesting prospect, especially as we see Travis Kelce. He is getting a little bit older. He did sign a big contract, but it is only a 2-year deal. I think we see the potential for him to eventually step away from the game. I think Kansas City needs to start looking at tight end options for the future, and this guy seems really, really interesting. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this guy, Nick, but Kansas City Chiefs fans, in the comment section below, this was a great draft. There were lots of picks, but let us know who was your favorite pick of this draft. Let us know in the comment section below. But Nick, what are your thoughts on Wiley for the Chiefs?
So I do agree with you that the Chiefs eventually will have to find a replacement for Kelce, and maybe Wiley can be that guy. He was a very good pass catcher at TCU. His blocking isn't exactly where you want it to be, but he certainly has all the receiving skills, height, weight, speed as well to be a great receiving tight end. But I want to focus on the Chiefs' strategy here in terms of what Wiley will do for this offense, and I think it's really smart by the Chiefs because when people saw Kelce's deal, they're like, "Why are you giving a really older Kelce coming off a down year so much money?" The reality is they're not paying for the Travis Kelce of week 1 or week 2 or week 3. They're playing for the Travis Kelce of a couple big games every regular season against the Bills, the Ravens, whoever, right? Those big matchups that really matter. And then for his postseason run. That's what the money is for. And in order to do that, we've talked about it a lot. What the Chiefs have started to do is they've dialed back the snaps of their stars like Kelce during the regular season. In order to do that, you need to have quality backups that can step up and play those additional reps and not have the offense degrade too much, right? Obviously, whoever's going to have to play instead of Kelsey is probably not going to be as good as a future first ballot Hall of Famer, but you still want them to play at a high level. Enter Jared Wiley. This guy is tailor-made to take advantage of those opportunities. He was known as a dynamic big play receiver for this TCU offense in terms of the tight end game, with 8 touchdowns this past season. Very nice vertical threat, great at crossing routes underneath as well, will fit in very nicely with what Andy Reid will want to do with his Kansas City Chiefs offense. And he's not a guy, right? I always love prospects that come in day 3 picks where they're not relying on them to do a lot, right? It's always worrisome if you have a 3rd round pick and you're like, boy, I hope he catches 60, 70 passes for us. Wiley doesn't have to do that at all. All he has to do is be good enough as Kelsey's backup option to let Kelce rest some during the regular season. So that way he's 100% full bore for the postseason where he can take advantage of and absolutely dominate matchups, right? I look at the Ravens game and the AFC Championship game as probably the perfect example of that. That's what the Chiefs are looking for out of Travis Kelce this year and next year as well. In order for the Chiefs to get that, they need another younger tight end to step up during the regular season and certain situations. Wiley is tailor-made. He is a perfect fit to do just that. I think the Chiefs added the perfect playmaker here in Jared Wiley to help them accomplish their goal of winning a 3rd straight title.
Yeah, Nick, I think this guy, the more and more you read about him, this guy really seems very interesting to me. Team captain. We always love a guy who can be a team captain for a team, shows the maturity, shows leadership. And we all know Travis Kelce is a big time leader for this Chiefs team. So to have a guy come in as a team captain and maybe learn from Travis Kelce, he's got some of those attributes in his bag, has the charisma, the ability to be, amicable with his teammates. That is very good. First team All Big 12, as we said, led the FBS tight ends in receiving touchdowns. Guy can be a red zone threat. He can make those catches. He's clutch in other aspects too. He caught a 2-point conversion as well last year. When you need it most, you have a guy that, you need to be able to get him those clutch plays. This is that guy. And you want to know why? This guy doesn't drop the ball. In 120 career targets, 1 drop. This guy has literally glue on his hands somehow. He does not drop the ball. He maybe not as fast as you want him to be. Doesn't have the breakaway speed necessarily that you see out of some of these, athletic freak tight ends nowadays. 4.6 40, pretty quick, but he doesn't really have the long getaway speed. He's fast enough. He's good enough as a blocker. Like you said, he's not great as a blocker, but he's good enough. He's able to wash, defensive ends in the run game. He's able to be a second level blocker that was kind of effective. I just think, like you said, this is a guy who you're not banking your future games on right now. This is a guy you're not expecting to come in and, take 100% of the snaps and have to do everything in this offense. This is a guy that you're going to let build up, and he has so many attributes that seem very interesting, very positive for his Chiefs team. I think he's a perfect fit, like you said, for this Kansas City Chiefs offense, and I think he's going to fit right in the slot that they need him for right now.
And just one final point to end on. Anytime you're a good team like the Chiefs obviously are, you're going to be picking later in the round. So you have to go for value a lot of times. This is a value pick as well. The Chiefs picked him at number 131 in the draft. PFF had him as the 108th prospect. The Ringer had him 87. So again, not only is it a good scheme fit as well, good prospect to develop, it's also a value move by Brett Veach and the company, Brett Veach and his staff as well.
Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, even your relatives. It's all out there. That's why we use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows us which data brokers are selling our information and automatically submits opt-out requests for us.
Cleaning up our information not only reduces the amount of that stupid spam we all get, but it also protects us from hackers who could use this information to help them access our social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. Aura also does much more to protect us and our families from online threats. We also get features like antivirus protection, VPNs, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. That's really key. One location, get all this great stuff. It's really easy to set up. And the best of all, we get everything at one affordable price.
And you may already have one or two of these tools already, but not having Aura is like locking the front door and leaving the back door wide open. Aura is always on doing the hard work to keep you safe so you can focus on other tasks and have peace of mind. We value our privacy and we value yours. You can go to aura.com/Saturday to start your 2-week free trial. Also, link below in the description. Again, aura.com/Saturday for your free 2-week trial.